The North Central Cardinals come back from Michigan with a lopsided win over the Olivet Comets. But things get tough from here as the Cards host a nationally ranked team this weekend at Bennett Eddie Worley Stadium. Before you head to the game, there's one place you need to be, right here on the Red Zone. Welcome to the show. I'm Alex Simmons with North Central head coach John Thorne. Coach, your guys went up to Olivet and you came back with a pretty one-sided victory.
Well, we had a slow start, and so we lost the whole first quarter. It was 3-0, and I was really excited for Olivet's team. Their coaches did a wonderful job. They've lost 20 games in a row, and yet they're still playing hard. But eventually, our guys started playing Cardinal football again, and that was fun.
Exactly, and your team wasn't the only one that made the trip to Michigan. Our cameras did as well. Let's go to the highlight. The North Central Cardinals taking the show on the road to Michigan to take on the still winless Olivet Comets. And let's get right into the action. We go to the first offensive play for North Central from their own 36. Spencer Stanek looking deep for Joe Antonacci, but Nick Glass from Olivet picks it off. That's a first down for the Comets. On the ensuing series, it's 4th and 3. Blake Io back to punt. Josh McLeod rushing in, just misses the ball, but he does get the punter. That's a 15-yard penalty. Olivet would get a field goal to lead 3-0. After another Stanek pick, Brad Crackle warming up, and he goes into the game. His second pass attempt, he goes deep to Manny Juarez. That's a 35-yard completion. 1st and goal at the 6. From there, he just hands the ball off. That's Nick Kukoc. He rumbles into the end zone, 7-3 after the point after. Crackle again looking deep on play action, this time to Steve Lavick. That's 40 yards for the touchdown, 14-3 North Central. Third quarter now. Getting the running game going, that's Jordan Tassio. He goes up the middle, down the sideline for 23 yards. That makes it 1st and goal at the 5. Next play, Tassio again takes it himself for the touchdown. 21-3 at that point. The Cardinals would roll the rest of the game to take the final 52-9. Now, we saw the Cardinals put up a big number on the scoreboard, but like you kind of said there in the open, didn't get off to the greatest start.
Yeah, in fact, it's 2 weeks in a row, especially the offensive side, has had a hard time to get going, you know. Defensively, we started a little bit faster, but still we gave up the drive that, you know, cost the 3 points. But the guys just really adjusted, and coaches tried to help them see some things that we weren't doing right, and pretty soon it was pretty exciting football. And so we're real happy with the way the guys finished the game.
And Spencer Stanek started out with the 2 interceptions, and you guys made a quarterback change, and from there things seemed to click.
Well, Brad had a fabulous game. I think he was like a 229 quarterback rating, which is a really big number. And when Coach Jeff graded him out, he actually graded out at 100%, which we have never had a quarterback do that before. So that was a fabulous job on Brad's part. And Jordan Tassio had a really nice game for his first game as a running back with the Cardinals. And the offensive line opened some big holes, especially in the second half. We ended up over 300 yards, or right at 300 yards rushing.
So, yeah, obviously a big day. Both the run game and the pass game, you guys take control in that second quarter. Did the light just come on? What was going on with that?
Well, the defense was playing great every single down after the field goal. And so then the offense finally started just realizing, hey, we've got to get going too. We've got to make some big plays. And so they started sort of feeding off of each other. We even had a couple of really good special teams plays after a slow start there. So adjustments are important, and finding what your guys can do against the team you're playing that week. It's always a little bit of a chess game. You know, that's why football is a fun game.
And you talk about the rushing attack, 291 yards rushing, a huge day from Jordan. Nick Kukoc getting in on that as well with 2 touchdowns. What was the key to that? You guys just seemed to push back every time when you lined up to run the ball.
Well, at the very beginning, I didn't think we were really controlling the line of scrimmage, and the same thing happened the week before. And this week, we kept coming back to it, making minor adjustments here and there, and I thought the offensive linemen had a pretty solid game. And when they're blocking, makes your job as a running back a lot easier.
And those guys like to run block, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. Every play, let's run the ball. You know, that's all linemen. That's the way they are.
Well, the offense did get it going after a slow start, and that start is the main point of discussion in this week's What's the Word?
I don't know what was going on in the beginning. We were all surprised. I don't know, we just didn't come out all hyped up for some reason. I know the first 3 points I was very mad about because it was my fault because I had that roughing the kicker and I should have got that block punt. So I took that personally. And I know we just, on the sidelines, we were just like, what are we doing? We gave up 3 points right away. We were kind of mad, to say the least.
Well, you know, we knew they were an excellent team, and we'd have to play a perfect game to, you know, stay close with them. I think we gave them about a half a game, and their skill and talent and numbers just wore us down. But very impressive team. Their quarterback, number 12, is outstanding faker and a very good thrower.
It's kind of good for us to have these first 2 games that were kind of, I mean, I don't want to say softer, but in the recent history they have been. Just from an offensive standpoint, I try to tell the guys every time we are not the #1 scoring team in the country. We are a new team and we got to establish that every single day. But with Eau Claire, I think we're ready now with this momentum that we carried off in the second half. I think, you know, confidence-wise, our offense is ready for the challenge.
Now, we've talked a lot so far today about the offense, but the defense played a very good game as well. The 1 field goal and then the garbage time touchdown at the end. Those guys seem to be flying around, having a lot of fun. What was the key to that?
Well, Matt Winger was pretty amazing, and he was pretty fired up because we weren't playing Cardinal football at the beginning, so he got a lot of other guys excited also. We got better pressure on the quarterback than what we've had in the past. And 2 great interceptions, actually a 3rd one, but we got called for pass interference on that one. So you want to keep generating turnovers. You've got to keep putting pressure on the quarterback, and our guys are really starting to figure that out. And so Kyle Haste had a marvelous interception, and it was off of the tip. One of our linebackers, I think it was Joey Michaels, actually broke out of his zone into another zone, made a great tip, and then Kyle intercepted it. Everybody got in front of him. You know, Josh Fick, one of our linemen, just pancakes the guy, and then Kyle cut back instead of running, you know, out of bounds, which is what happens on most interceptions. You eventually get pushed out of bounds. So. And he got the touchdown out of it. So we're real happy with what the defense did.
Well, anytime you get pressure on the quarterback is a huge thing. You guys had 5 sacks throughout the day, and that really opens up a lot of things for the defense.
Yeah, it sure does.
And we see here
comes one. That's Valente
coming off the edge. And you guys were getting pressure all day. Was it a lot of rushing 4, or did you bring some blitzes as well? You
know, most of the time it was 4. So that's what we've been hoping to get is pressure out of your front 4 and not have to bring the blitzes. There's another one, Peter Bulander, nice job. Sean and Willie got in on that. So those were 3 out of our 4 D-line. We're all in on that one.
Yeah, and those guys seem to like it even more when
that's George there. He's the 4th one. So
yeah, and those guys really seem to like it. We started to see some rain, some of that worse weather, and the defensive linemen really like to get in there and get dirty, right?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, and that set up a lot of the turnovers as well. Now we take a look at this matchup on Saturday, and it looks to be a good one. 2 nationally ranked teams, the Blue Golds of Eau Claire, and you guys, the North Central Cardinals, and you guys are ready to get out and play in front of those home fans, aren't you?
Oh my gosh, we're so excited about finally being able to have our home opener. It's you know, we're almost into October and we haven't even played a home game yet. So the guys, I think, are gonna play a great game, and we know that our opponent's going to play a great game, so it should be a lot of fun for the fans.
And you guys have had about 2-3 days to kind of dissect the Blue Golds on tape. What have you seen from them? What can we expect to see when they come into town?
Well, defensively, they're in a 3-4, and they've got big guys, and they're very good at staying in their zones. They're very disciplined. It's hard to get them to make mistakes, and they're big, strong people, so you can't just run straight at them. And their offense is huge, and they like to pack it in and run inside zone over and over and over. And they've got a couple of nice running backs, so that should be a great day to find out how well we can tackle in the running game. You know, so far, we've done well, but we haven't faced a team that wants to run it as much as this team does. And then special teams are, we need to get ours to play cardinal special teams. We've been off to a very slow start this year with our special teams, so I'm hoping a huge breakout's going to happen with special teams.
It's going to be interesting to see how you guys measure up. Stick around, because after the break, Coach Thorne and I will be joined by two high-flying Cardinals who made their first significant appearances in the red and white against Olivet, and they made a big impact.